We are live and you made it. Today we are actually going over the 7 days of NCLEX day 1 overview. You know, it started yesterday and the class was phenomenal. Literally 1,000 nurses on the live Facebook and YouTube who went over day 1 notes. But in case you missed it, right now I'm going to go over what we talked about yesterday so that you can catch up, because tonight we're starting. I also have some NCLEX questions that I really think you will enjoy. So come on in. Welcome. This is the day 1 overview, 7 days of NCLEX. And I'm just going to jump right into it. You know, yesterday was so important because it really set the tone of how we do our events here when we're preparing you for NCLEX. At Remar Review, it's all about you getting what you need to be successful to have a nursing license. That's the goal. So there were 5 points that I went over yesterday. And by the way, we have a lot of new subscribers to Remar, and I'm so happy. My name is Regina Callion, and I am the #1 NCLEX instructor on the planet. I have the best students all over the world. And when everybody else is taking breaks like Christmas break and New Year's and all these things, we grind it out. We still do NCLEX prep because we know this is life-changing. So there were 5 points that I went over yesterday. And if you have your workbook, you should have these points filled out. If you don't, it's all right, because we're going to make sure you get it for tonight's class. So the 5 points were simply this. They were this. Number 1, you need to really know the foundation of the exam. You need to know the structure of it, how many questions you can expect. You should know the importance of this exam relying on the content. Okay, not only knowing the foundation of the exam, but also remembering that it is absolutely your knowledge, your foundational knowledge, that helps you do well. Now, a lot of people think that the NCLEX exam is for the expert nurse or the nurse who knows the most in a room. It's not at all. It is the minimum competency. So that's great, because that means that this is an exam for you. This is your exam. This is an exam for new nurses with no experience. That is who the test is written for. It's not written for the nurse who has 5-6 years experience. Actually, you guys know this. If you're an LPN and you are taking the NCLEX RN, if you have work experience, it's going to make it tougher for you to pass this test, because you will be thinking about, what do I do on my job? You will be thinking about, how do I approach a typical patient situation? And that is not at all how NCLEX is written. It is written for the perfect environment. It is written for the new nurse with no experience. So if you stick to the content, if you stick to the information in current research, in your NCLEX prep material, you will do so much better. Share this video, because a lot of people don't know that. There's so many misconceptions about NCLEX that if you understand the exam and you understand how it is written, you will feel so much more confident in yourself. You will stop beating yourself up. I also said, identify the various cognitive levels. And I left this video up. You can still find this video in case you missed it, so that you can really go deep with me, like I explained last night. And also the final point is remembering the integrated processes. Integrated processes are those things that don't really have a specific category. They are integrated throughout all of the test plan. So I have here COM, doc, culture, etc. And that stands for, therapeutic communication, how we communicate. And in my NCLEX program, I do go over therapeutic communication, but literally how you are approaching not only the patient's spouses, the healthcare provider. These are all part of your therapeutic communication ability. Also, your documentation, your cultural competency, how you interact with patients who are a different religion. And I know we see that a lot on NCLEX. Know the different, beliefs, if you are a Muslim or if you're a Catholic person, but also, what is your cultural competence on clients who are homeless, clients who have drug addiction issues, clients who have developmental delays. These are all part of your cultural competence. And so these things cannot be neglected. You have to have a specific mindset in order to do well. Does that make sense? Yes. So that's integrated processes. And a lot of students don't realize that this is part of what you will see when you take your NCLEX exam. So be prepared for it. Be prepared for that. All right. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to go over some questions that kind of help reinforce what we learned. And I don't have many because this is all about you preparing for tonight's class that starts at 8. But here's a question. Here we go. A nurse is caring for a client with a nasal gastric tube. The healthcare provider has ordered several interventions to assist decompression. Which of the following is the most important action for the nurse to take? Number 1, discontinue wall suction during treatment times. 2, discontinue wall suction when the client reports pain. 3, maintain a semi-Fowler's position. 4, provide protection care to the nares every 8 hours. Okay, guys, this is a topic that we went over yesterday from the virtual trainer. We did go over chest tubes. We went over interventions, the reasons. And so this is a similar type of question that the same principle will apply to. All right. And that is the importance of studying content, is because you're able to pull between different genres of nursing, right? So I see a lot of answers on the screen. Absolutely. You guys are doing great today. You are already doing great, just showing up. Okay. The correct answer, you'll be happy to know, it is absolutely going to be, it is number 3. It is number 3. This is the most important action for the nurse to take, because what is that? What is the orders? The orders from the healthcare provider are to assist with decompression. So which of the following is the most important action for the nurse to take? It is going to be number 3. We want to decompress. The reason why you get a nasal gastric tube, there are actually several reasons. Can anybody put on the comments, what are some reasons that we put a nasal gastric tube down? And I know a lot of people will say, well, we would give that to our patient to feed them, right? We put down an NG tube because we want to get food in the stomach. But there are also some other reasons why a healthcare provider, which is what Nclex calls doctors, what doctors would prescribe an NG tube for. So yes, feeding, decompression. Decompression is very important because sometimes if a patient has certain conditions, then their stomach expands and they're not able to get the contents out. I'm going to allow you guys to look up what those conditions are, because you know what, around here, I tell you guys, look up things because it helps you so much more to remember. So yes, NPO, stomach rest, nasal gastric decompression. Also, I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Yes. Okay. Let me see if I can show you. I'm going to show you this. Gastric lavage. Yes. So if you want to rinse out the stomach or clean out the stomach, then the NG tube can do that for your patient, right? They can do that for your patient. And the reason why you would want to rinse out the stomach essentially is if a patient has ingested poisons. So NG tubes serve a very multi-dimensional purpose, and it's not just related to feeding. So for this question that I gave you guys in particular, relaxing the abdomen allows for the stomach to be decompressed in a better way. So, hey, that is the reason why number 3 is correct. And I thank you so much. Emily says, you are an angel, Miss Regina. You are providing this lecture for free. You are such a blessing to us, especially when we spend so much money in our nursing school. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the nice comment. We at Remar Review, we definitely understand your position, and we always want to make sure that you have what you need to be successful. Here's another question that I want to draw your attention to, and it is this. Oh, this was so good. This is so good. Which of the following is most likely to cause a medication error? Here we go. Number 1, a new nurse administering medications to 2 clients. Number 2, a nurse caring for a client with multiple cardiac medications. 3, a client who is unable to communicate receiving medications. Or 4, a newly admitted client from Kenya providing their medication list. Oh, and we went over this yesterday. I hope you guys attended the class yesterday. If you did not, make yourselves prepared to come to class tonight, because it is all about the critical thinking. It is all about the critical thinking here. We're talking about what is most likely to cause a medication error. And I want to see some rationales. Why do you guys think what you are putting? And I see a lot of people putting, looks like number 4. Tell me why you guys think number 4 is going to be correct. I see some people putting 1, 2, but this is so important. As we talk to public safety, we have to talk about public safety, and this is what the Nclex does. It protects the public from dangerous healthcare professionals, i.e. nurses. So I see a lot of 3s. I see some 4s. All right. I see some 3s. I see some 4s. The correct answer, and I love it. I love that you guys are showing up and answering. The correct answer is actually going to be, okay, it's actually going to be number 4. Okay, number 4. And so number 4, the reason why for number 4, most likely to cause a medication error is because of this. The client from Kenya is providing a medication list. And so we are assuming here, which makes sense, that we are in the United States or we're in Canada. If a client from Kenya is giving us their medication list, they are possibly in another time zone. They are possibly taking medications based on an alternate time from what we are serving here. Okay, does that make sense? And so that is very dangerous. That is a very dangerous situation, specifically if that patient is on what kind of medications, if they're on a digoxin, if they're on an antibiotic like an aminoglycoside, or if they are on, give me another one. If they're literally, so many medications can be toxic if they are not given an appropriate time sequence. So if we give something too early, if we give something too late, and listen, we're talking about here the most likely to cause a medication error. So all of these are right. I mean, I could justify, and you guys can justify all of these, right? And so that's the thing about it. With Nclex, we're looking for the most likely. Okay, which one is more likely than the others? And again, guys, that's what makes Nclex so difficult, because somebody is going to argue me down that no, number 1, you got a new nurse administering medications to 2 clients. Or number 3, somebody says, why not 3? A client who is unable to communicate receiving medications. All right. So the reason why is in practice for number 1, you have a nurse administering medications to 2 clients. That is pretty routine. That is pretty, that's pretty common. As a nurse, you would expect to give medications to multiple clients. I can't think of one place right now where it's just 1-to-1, right? 1-to-1. Maybe, I don't know, not even hospice. ICU. Usually with ICU, you can get up to 2 patients. So that should be something that a nurse should be able to do routinely. Could there be a medication error? Yeah, there probably could be, but it's not over somebody from another country giving me medications or a medication list and saying, I take these medications, right? because then we have to figure out, okay, what time do you take these medications? When's the last time you took the medications? You know, and somebody even said there could be a language barrier. They could be giving different formularies over in Kenya. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope you are grasping this because yes, you can absolutely argue. Okay, you can absolutely argue every one of them before it makes the most sense. Nancy says this. Let me see. I'm just going to show this one. A med aid error, maybe with client with the same name or date of birthday. Okay, and so yes, again, that's very possible, but we don't get that from the exam. And so we don't get that from the question. And so we have to be so careful sometimes that we don't read too much into these questions because yes, I mean, yes, if you're giving two patients medications and they have the same name and the same birthday, you're going to be confused, but we don't get that from here. It doesn't say that. And we want to make sure we don't read into the questions. All right. You guys are super smart. And I know you can sometimes go deeper. All right. So that is the question. But again, we talked about something similar like this last night. So I want you guys to make sure that you review the video from last night and also that you are here for tonight's class. Now, there's a little hack that I want to tell you guys about. Sometimes when you're watching YouTube videos, you can speed them up a little bit. So if you want to get the video in a quicker time, just put it on a little bit faster rendering. And you guys know what I'm talking about so that you can get the information to be caught up for tonight's class. All right. The class is about an hour, but you probably can do it in 45 minutes if you speed up the time. And again, for you guys who don't know the schedule, we have free Nclex classes all week long. We started yesterday at 8 p.m. So we have another class tonight at 8 p.m. and they will continue all the way till Saturday. Okay. They will continue all the way till Saturday. All right. So I want you guys to see this and embrace it. Put it down in your schedule because this is an opportunity that we will not be doing again this year. This is the final opportunity to do this. And then also those of you who have been following me, you have been saying, hey, Regina, when is the next sale? The next sale is happening right now for the Nclex virtual trainer. And that is my full Nclex review inside of the VT. All right. So if you are ready to make the commitment, doing what you need to do to get your license this year, you can do it. This is the final sale that we will be having. It actually ends New Year's Day. So we are dropping the price of the virtual trainer, not $300, not $200, down to $189 plus free shipping, right? Free shipping on top of that. And an amazing bonus gift with every purchase. And what is that bonus gift? It is first shift. How to dominate your first 2 years in nursing. This is my book that I wrote. It really helped me after learning all of these things. My goodness, it really helped me to take control of my nursing career. Y'all have no idea. I have one of the greatest nursing careers. I mean, literally, I love nursing. I love what I do and I love my schedule. I love how I completely owned it. But I started just like you. And so if I was in your position, I wrote down the things that I would want me to know and I put them in this book. So I'm giving this away for everybody who purchases the virtual trainer package during the 7 days of Nclex. I'm going to give you not only free shipping, but also the first shift book. I want y'all to be ready for your first shift as soon as you walk on there. All right. So again, if you are ready for that, you can order the virtual trainer right now at remarnurse.com. And again, this is a $474 value if you add up all of the products together, but we are doing it just for a $189. Free shipping, everything. So listen, this is my gift to you guys. This is my Christmas holiday gift to you guys. It's all here. I want you to take advantage of it. And you know what? It is just the time. It is just the time that you either make or the time that you waste waiting for this to happen. Okay. Thank you. Someone said, I ordered my copy. I cannot wait for it to come. Amazing. Okay, guys, here is your Monday motivation. listen, I have a major announcement for you guys. Some of you may know this or you may not know this, but we are actually in the final Monday of the entire year. That means in 2021, there will never, ever again be another Monday motivation. This is it. So, have you written down your goals for 2022? Have you done this yet? Just let me get a quick yes or no. Let me get a quick yes or no. This is important because when you write down your goals, for several reasons, when you write down your goals, you create a vision for yourself. And I think that is so important. It is so important creating a vision for yourself, because if you don't take the time to do this, then guess what happens? Then you are living another person's vision of your life. If you don't have a vision of where you're supposed to be or what you want next year to look like, more than likely you're going to end up doing what a lot of people do, and that is living somebody else's vision for them. And it doesn't matter like whether it is your kid's vision of you. If I don't write down my goals and where I want to be, my kids will have me all over the place. They'll have me doing this. I mean, sometimes you have to do it day by day. Like you have to wake up and say, today I am doing this, this, and this. Because if you don't do it, then you will just be led all over the place. And that happens so much with people's lives. They don't really have a plan for where they're going, and they just end up waking up every day like it's an accident. Like, what am I doing? Where do you want me to work? What should I be eating? And we're watching the TV and we're like, that looks good. I'm going to eat that today. I'm going to watch this. And there's no intentionality. There's no goals. People who don't have goals, their life is, I don't know. It's just not probably what they want it to be. Am I talking to somebody right now? Like what your life will look like if you don't have a plan for where you want to be. And 2022 is upon us. What are your goals? Okay. What are your goals? So again, you want to have a vision. It's very important. And writing down your goals, it really helps you to narrow your focus on what that vision is. Because you probably have many dreams. Probably you guys have many dreams if you're like me, but you can't do them all right? So you write down the ones that are the most important to you. All right? Also, you do something called double storage. And I like this term. I like this idea. I don't know if you guys know what double storage is, but double storage is this. You store it in your mind, and then you have another place where you store it. Okay. And so by doing that, it helps to cement the idea, the thing, the vision down even more. And you're more likely to do it. So for example, I have this workbook, and it's not a workbook. Let me call it. It's a notebook. And it just says a girl boss building her empire. And this was my 2021 notebook. And so I wrote in it, various things that I wanted to do, but I did write down my 2022 goals in here. Because I'm just going to keep it going, and you probably can't even really see it. But anyways, this is it. This is it. You have to write it down. I'm not just telling you guys to do it. I wrote it down, and there were things on here that surprised me. I didn't really know that it really mattered to me, but they do. And I want you guys to just take a second and write down what are your 2022 goals. And I don't care if you write it down in a notebook like this, you write it down on a piece of paper towel. I just want you to do it. I just want you to do it, because when you see it in front of you, then you will do things to make those goals and visions happen. And that's super important. All right. So write it down. If your goal is passing the Nclex, okay? If passing the Nclex is on your list, then I want you to commit to filling out the 7 days of Nclex student workbook. I want you to do that. I want you to commit to filling out this workbook, because there's some good stuff in here. And all of it is going to be to reinforce you, whether you're doing notes from the class, whether you're doing a practice exam or practice questions. Everything in here is to get you together. Everything in here is to get you motivated, to get you moving in the right direction. So it's a free class. It's a free opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Just be ready for it. All I'm asking you guys to do is sign up for the class. And there's so many benefits to it, right, during the 7 days, and we just did day 1 yesterday, so there's plenty of time. You get the free workbook, the virtual trainer. I'm taking you inside of the virtual trainer. And you guys know the virtual trainer is it is my full comprehensive course, right? It's my full comprehensive course where you get access to my Nclex review. You get access to the lectures that I do, the quizzes, the homework, all of those things. I'm taking you inside of the virtual trainer so that you can see there is a structure. All right. It's not just about watching YouTube videos or studying from a book. There is a comprehensive program that allows you to get exactly what you need. And it's from the comfort of your own home too. So that's one of the things that I love about the virtual trainer is that it's at your fingertips and it's there. Like it says, hey, welcome, Regina. So it can say, welcome, Sheena, welcome, Mary, welcome, Allison. It's there to help you to study, to help you get going. And so I'm taking you guys inside of that during the 7 days. The information that I'll be doing during 7 days is also independent from the virtual trainer. So there's some topics in there. There's some questions in there. We're going to review quick facts, and it's just an hour a day. So commit to this. Can you commit to this event? I mean, it's really for you. If you still need to sign up and you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and just go to the website, remarnurse.com/7 days. That is how you sign up. That's how you sign up if you're watching me on YouTube, okay? And it's really simple and it takes just 1 second. It's my website, remarnurse.com/7 days. Now, if you're on Facebook, it's even more simple because all you have to do is just put in the comments #7 days, just like you see it. Go ahead and put that down, and Team Remar will be able to immediately get you the information to get your workbook and get started for tonight's class. The class is tonight, guys, all right, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you have an opportunity to catch up and get started with day 2. All right, day 2. And again, this is a week-long investment into yourself. This is a week-long investment into yourself. So every night we are going to be talking about what you need in order to be successful. If you want this to be the last time that you have to study and prepare for Nclex, then let's do everything that we can to make that happen. Okay, everything that we can. So if you guys have any quick questions about any of the program, any information about the program, the books, I'm going to stay on just for a second to answer questions about, if you have questions about first shift, 7 days of Nclex, any of the material, I want to make sure, or even about the virtual trainer, I really want to make sure that you guys are familiar with how my program works. We have so many new subscribers and you have a lot of questions. And I want to make sure that I'm available to you guys. So again, I see a lot of people putting #7 days. Well, I didn't know so many of you hadn't signed up for it. I'm glad I had this class today. Every Monday, I get on here and I do Monday motivation, how to pass Nclex. And I'm happy that we have another opportunity to get you signed up. So go ahead. If you're on Facebook, I see a lot of people #7 days, all no spaces between anything, just all together. All right. All right. And we are definitely looking for a rich blessing for you guys into the new year. So Amina asked this question, and it's a great question. She says, is the 189 virtual trainer with the Q Bank? So the virtual trainer already has questions in there. It has about 500 questions on top of the video content. My question bank is separate, and I try to keep it super reasonable for you guys who want to add on additional questions. But if you see, it is the amazingly low price of just $29. Okay. And that gives you an additional 1,200 questions if you want to have additional questions. All right. Perfect. And so that was a great question. Daniel says this. He says, how do you recommend to study and memorize lab values? Oh my goodness. And how do you determine metabolic and respiratory acidosis and alkalosis. Okay, so perfect. I love the question, Daniel. So for me, with flashcards, that helps me the most. Now, your quick facts book, if you have this book, does have laboratory values in it. And with laboratory values, I really want you to take off the stress of trying to think about exact numbers, because Nclex makes accommodations for alterations just slightly. Lab values, can change slightly based on the source or the reference values. So flashcards help for that. Metabolic and respiratory acidosis, alkalosis is super simple for the exam. I actually go over it in the virtual trainer. Those of you who know, it literally should only take you about 5 minutes to do it. So I would suggest highly get in the virtual trainer if you don't have it, because that's a topic that you will definitely expect to see. And maybe if you've taken Nclex before, you've seen it. So make sure that you get in the virtual trainer. All right. Esther says, I loved last night's class. Thank you so much. Okay. This is a great question. Okay, so 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, she says, I missed 30 minutes because I got confused. Now, let me say this. What I have been doing is class starts at 8 o'clock, but I do a 30-minute pre-show. So you will see me going live at 7:30 just because the early bird gets the worm. And so tonight's pre-show will be, yes, yeah. Tonight's pre-show will be on changes for Nclex. Changes, I was just trying to see if they were paying attention. All right, tonight's pre-show will be on the changes for Nclex. So I should say 7:30 with the pre-show, but 8 for the actual class to start, okay? All right, great question. Let's see. Okay, so this question here says, Regina, I'm trying to order the VT, but the price is $249. It's also asking for a coupon. How do I get it at the rate of $189? I'm an international nurse. Okay, so it's the shipping. The shipping, we do ship the program anywhere in the world, but we are not offering free shipping for international nurses right now. We are discounting. We're giving you the discounted price, but the shipping is just paid on the front end of it. Okay, so that is why you still have to pay for your shipping if you are outside of the US, but we will make sure that you get the first shift book as a gift. All right. What else? Daniel says, I have read the Quick Facts book 3 times now, like Regina said, inside and out and over, 7:30 pre-show. Okay, have you done the flashcards? Because there are things in this book that, Daniel, that I have to make flashcards for sometimes just to help me remember. Laboratory values is one of those things. And I'll just say this, I am so grateful that on the next version of the Nclex, the next generation, they will be giving us the lab values. All right, so we won't have to worry about it so much now. All right. Okay, Nicola. That's pretty. I recently purchased the Quick Facts book. So how much will the VT cost since we're getting this wonderful deal? Yes, so you are in for a treat, because if you already have this book, then the price for the rest of everything else goes down even more. So tell the lady what the final price is. Is it $20? So $169 for the rest of it. All right, so this is a perfect time to purchase this program, especially if you already have Quick Facts. Okay, let me see here. If I buy the program now, will I have access to the VT 6-7 months from now? Okay, great question, Kimberly. If you purchase the program now, you get 3 months access. So after that 3 months access, you can still maintain your access to the virtual trainer. I don't know if you're in nursing school and you want it now for nursing school. I have some students to do that. But what will happen is you will just be billed a monthly rate to have access to the virtual trainer. So you'll get 3 months for the $189. And then after that monthly, you will be billed $50 per month for the virtual trainer. So you can keep it until you need it. But honestly, at the $189, even if you're adding an extra $50 to it, you are still seeing the virtual trainer price to be lower than some question banks and most Nclex reviews that start at $400. So I still think you're in a good place. And like I said, locking in the sale price will help you save even more money now. Okay. Let's see. I love the VT. Okay. Oh, I love it. Kelly, such a great question. I love the VT, but why is it that you have to pass the questions in order to move on? Thank you so much for asking this question, because I know it's a common one for a lot of you guys. So the reason why I put in progress exams and homework that you must pass in order to move on is because I really want you guys to master the previous information before adding on additional information. There is a method to my madness. With other NCLEX reviews, you have the opportunity to just kind of skip around. You have the ability to, pick and choose what you want to study, when you want to study it. But I find that when you do that, you end up having gaps in your knowledge, or the things that you're interested in, you go all in, and then the other things that you're not really interested in, like clinical math, psychiatric drugs, some people it's developmental milestones, you kind of just click through it and you don't really dive deep into it. And so the reason why I do progress exams is because I feel the students who choose the virtual trainer want accountability. And the virtual trainer is very great about giving you accountability to your knowledge. And so that is why my system has been so successful, in my opinion, is because the accountability and the content in that presentation form. So unfortunately, yes, you have to do my method, my structure, but after doing this for 10 years, I find that this is the best way to prepare a student for NCLEX. So thank you for that question. Okay. Yeah, well, you can get it. You can absolutely get the virtual trainer by going to remarnurse.com in order to order. I think I have a graphic here for you. Order now. Hey, I also have another thing to announce, and I don't know why it took me so long to announce this, but during the 7 days of NCLEX, we are giving away $100 to a student who has shared, right? Who has shared and followed the page. So it has been Angie, my beau, who has won. And so we messaged her, and she knows that she is definitely getting this $100 gift card. All she has to do is accept the gift offer. So we'll be doing this every day. And I apologize for forgetting to do it earlier. Okay. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. All right, back to question and answers. I love this question and answer time because it is very important. Is Quick Facts book come with the virtual trainer? Yes. So when you order the package for $189, you will get both of these books plus the online platform. Now, if you already have the Quick Facts, please order the package that says minus Quick Facts, because if you have this at home, you don't need me to send it to you again. So when you do minus Quick Facts, it will take the price down to $169. Now, if you don't have this book, you definitely need to get the full program. Don't just try to get the $169, because you will be missing all the information in this book. All right. And it's half of the program. It's half of the program. All right. Good morning. I love the before the books arrive part. Oh my goodness. Vivian, that's it. The before the books arrive portion, it is super significant, because while you're waiting for these books to be shipped to you, I feel like you want to review the fundamentals and you need to have something to do. So if you are waiting for these books to come, get inside your virtual trainer and do that before the books arrive. Quizzes, lectures, and in your file vault are all the answers to those quizzes. So if you are stuck on something, you definitely can go back and get the answers. All right. Okay, so many questions. My goodness. All right. Somebody says, I already have Remar. Thank you. How many books do you get? You get 2 books. All right. So if you're seeing the $249 price, it is because you are requiring international shipping. Okay. So we added the price for your international shipping in to the discounted price. So that is why. All right. That's why. All right. It's the same for, yes. So we do have a program. This is actually the registered nurse book, but we do have a practical nurse book. I just don't know where it is in the studio right now, but we do have 2 separate programs. Okay. We have 2 separate programs, one for RN and one for PN. All right. So this is a common question too. So excuse me, I have passed. This is not the question I thought, but I'll answer it. Excuse me, I have passed NCLEX RN, but I don't have English proficiency exam. Can I work in any state of the US? No. So if you pass NCLEX RN, you still probably need to take an English proficiency test, an IELTS or a TOEFL. But the best thing for you to do is think about the state that you want to work in. And then you go to that board of nursing. So for example, if you want to live in Florida, you need to go to the Florida Board of Nursing and look at their requirements for international nurses. And then they will tell you specifically what they are looking for. So your English proficiency, your NCLEX, your transcripts, something like that. And every state is different. So that's why I don't have them all memorized. Okay. This is a question. Great question. If you purchase the minus the quick facts, do you still get the bonus book? Yes or no? Yes, you do. You do. Yep. That's a great question. All right. Okay. Oh, I love this. Is this a testimonial? Passed my NCLEX last Monday and my Q bank is still active because I was planning to take it on April, but Regina inspired me to take it before the year ends. Best decision ever. Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations. You passed it last Monday. That's the best Christmas gift you have given yourself and your family this year. That is amazing. Congratulations to you. That's what I want for everybody. I want for you guys all to come on and say you have your license. Passing NCLEX is no longer a thing for you. Amazing. Thank you again. All right. If you need to renew your virtual trainer, if you need to renew your subscription, just send an email. Support. You guys know my email address. Here it is. My email address, support@remarreview.com. Okay. If you need to renew your virtual trainer, go ahead and send an email right here. And Team Remar will get you the link to activate your virtual trainer. Also, if you have questions about, hey, Regina, where's my package? Or can you help me? Or I need advice. This is the best way to have it as well. All right. Support@remarreview.com. Because I can't, sometimes I want to be able to take a little bit more time out with the questions that you guys have. All right. Do you know when the changes to the NCLEX will happen? Yes, I do. The changes to the NCLEX are going to happen in 2023. So we are looking now, you know how COVID changed things. So tentatively, we are looking at 2023. So you have a whole nother year to graduate and get your NCLEX together. Now, what I'll say is this, you do not want to take this new NCLEX. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have to. Now, I have nursing students who are like, oh my goodness, Regina. But if you don't have to take the next generation NCLEX, don't take it. Don't take it. You have until 2023 to get going. All right. All right. Okay. Amina, I love this. I will program. What do you recommend to the new graduate? Just finished my RN in December. When do you recommend to take NCLEX? About when? So I think you're in a perfect position if you just graduated. To all of my new graduates out there, you really want to take NCLEX as soon as possible. Give yourself 6 weeks to study. Give yourself about 6 weeks to study, and you should be prepped for your exam. Now, I always suggest the NCLEX review because I don't know what program you've come from, but the test plan for NCLEX is very robust. And sometimes nursing schools can miss large chunks of it. In general, I think passing NCLEX is a 6-week program. It's a 6-week step. So you pass NCLEX in 4 to 6 weeks. I have a study calendar that I give to my nursing students, and it has you studying about 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. That to me is realistic. If you're studying 6, 7, 8 hours a day, you are fooling yourself. You are fooling yourself, guys. No more than 2, maybe 3 hours a day. Okay. And you got to master quick facts. I know Daniel was on here earlier, and he was talking about quick facts. studying. This book also has a calendar in it as well. All right. This book also has a calendar in it as well, but you have to do it. You have to watch the lectures. And my lectures are not long. They are a part of the comprehensive plan. And again, this is it. Filling out your workbook. We're keeping it simple, guys. We're keeping it simple. So this is how the majority of my nurses pass NCLEX. Okay. It's really simple. It doesn't take a long time. It is very, very, a compact and comprehensive approach. I saw the question, what changes for the next generation NCLEX? I don't want to get too much into it because, again, it's literally a whole year away. So if you don't have to take the next generation NCLEX, you don't take it. And there's tons of information online, but the question format will be changing. There'll be partial credit. There'll be case studies. So they're really restructuring the presentation. The content will remain the same, but the presentation will be vastly different. Okay. Okay. Questions. Which state do you recommend me to work in? I have the ability to work under heavy workloads. Well, to be honest with you, there is a shortage of nursing here in the US. So pretty much wherever you work, you're going to feel the pressure of a nursing shortage. But if you like to have a lot of patients or you feel comfortable in that kind of environment, you're going to find a lot of patients in populations where there are a lot of people. So you can go to a state like Florida, you can go to a state like California, depending on your weather preference. I love Florida. I love California. I'm based in Ohio. So, you really have to pick not only where you want to practice, but you also need to think about what kind of environment do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a city? Do you want to live in a country? Yes, you can live in a big city and get paid a little bit more, but your cost of living is going to be so much higher if you're living in a Miami or a New York or a Los Angeles. All right. So all those things will make a difference. I think the best thing for you to think of is, where do you ultimately want to end up? What kind of experience do you need to have in order for you to get to, that nurse practitioner job? Or if you want to, be a wound care specialist, whatever. You have to think about your big goal and then work backwards, in my opinion. Okay. Regina, are you saying I can study for NCLEX 3 hours a day and pass within 6 weeks? Is it really possible? It's absolutely possible. It absolutely is possible. If you study for 3 hours a day, 4 days a week, and have a real life and still be able to, enjoy your existence, you can do it. You can do it. Because again, you have a structure. You're not just studying 3 hours aimlessly. You have a course structure. Okay. All right. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm saying that. Congratulations. All right. Okay, guys. So I want you to this is what I want you to do. I want you to prepare for tonight's class, because literally I have a great time dialoguing and talking with you guys. I can do this all day. But we do have a class tonight at 8 o'clock that I have to get ready for. So make sure that you have printed out your workbooks. And listen, if you have the virtual trainer, this workbook is in the virtual trainer. Let me see if I can show you. It's in the virtual trainer. If you go to your file vault, one of the things I love about the virtual trainer is that I'm able to give you guys new information all the time. So if you go to event workbook downloads, all right, event workbook downloads, you will see the 7 days of NCLEX. All right. And this class is free. Yes. This class is free. So if you have my virtual trainer, whether you have RN or PN, you will be able to find your 7 days workbook. And this class is a free class. So I think somebody asked that. Are you for RN or PN? We do both. This class tonight is for RN and PN, but my NCLEX review is for either one. All right. Kathy Crosby. This is a great question. Can you walk through the 3 hours of studying, please? Did this include review of meds? Okay, I'm going to do it. You challenged me. I'm going to do it just really quickly, but I have to do it in the virtual trainer because that's the only way that I can show how you actually can study in 3 hours. So I'm going to take you back inside the virtual trainer. Come on, join me. All right. So inside of my virtual trainer, and let me just do this. Inside of my virtual trainer in your file vault is your daily study calendar. All right. So Nclex Resources and calendar is a part of your file vault. And of course, when you get this, you will have access to this immediately, Kathy. So I don't know if you have the virtual trainer, if you're considering it, but every week I tell you what to do. So for example, let's do Nclex RN and just look at week 4. So when you click on your calendar, it downloads what you're supposed to do for that week. So if we look at week 4, you can see just the overview that you will be studying Monday, Tuesday, take Wednesday off, and then you're studying Thursday, Friday. I never have you studying on the weekends unless you choose to. Some students like to review on the weekends. Some students like to just keep going, and so they finish the program sooner. Okay, anyhow, you can see that on your schedule, I give you a start time and an end time. And I literally tell you what you will be studying from inside of your program. Yes, this does include medications, because you can see at 10:40, I have you studying from your quick facts, the pharmacology section. You start studying pharmacology right away. You have to. And so I intertwine it in the 6-week program. Okay, so I hope that makes sense of how it's done. It's really simple. I mean, you're just following the study calendar, and it'll be 4 days a week, daily studying between this book and then the Quick Facts book, which in the back of Quick Facts, you have your skills section and you also have your pharmacology section. Okay, so you will be studying this pharmacology section throughout your course. Very, very important. Okay, so I hope that helped. All right, I hope that helped. And thank you for asking that question, because a lot of people probably had the same thing. All right, so yeah, you can go back, you can look at yesterday's class to catch up for tonight's class, but you want to have this workbook printed out so that you can take notes. Okay, guys, so I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you there. This is the 7 days of Nclex. Super fun event, and I'm just excited that it's finally here. This is the last event I will be doing. It's a free class. It's the last one of 2021. So if you need to sign up for it, come on in. remartinarts.com/7 days. Pow. And if you are on Facebook, just hashtag 7 days of Nclex, and you will be able to sign up and get the workbook. I will see you guys later tonight. Remember, we are starting class. The official class starts at 8 p.m., but we will have our pre-show starting at 7:30, so you don't want to miss it. I will be talking about changes on the Nclex exam at that class. And congratulations, shout out to our $100 winner. She got it, and we will be giving away $100 trainer. I'll see you inside the virtual trainer. So remember, guys, you can, you will, and you must pass Nclex. See you later tonight at 8 p.m.